Hello there, and as usual, I'm Aaron from LastStandGamers, and welcome. So you guys have been asking, I've got the multiplayer, but I don't really know what to do with it. It's a bit laggy, a little bit buggy. So today I have created a game mode for you and your friends to play. So it is a Conquest, so I'll put my hood on. You might be familiar with Conquest from Battlefield or other sort of game where you've got to capture a number of flags, and then the one with all the flags at the end of the round wins. And there's absolutely loads of ways of playing this game mode, and I'm just going to give you a few of them. I've also made a Star Wars version of this that I'll show you near the end. So to start off, it's really simple. We have objective Charlie, Bravo and Alpha, and we have to capture these objectives by painting the flag. I'll show you how to do that in a moment. But first of all, we've got the ships. There's two ways of starting this. You get all your friends together and you get them up in the hut, either at the red base or the blue base, and basically you split the teams in half so you're nice and perfect. And then the next thing to remember is you always want to copy one of the ships to your actual clipboard so you can remember in case all the ships get destroyed for some reason. So how you decide if you go down or not. Basically, as soon as your ship is destroyed, say for instance your cockpit is shot out, what will basically happen is you'll be ejected from the ship and you'll have to return back to your base. So once you return back to your base, you treat it as a respawn and you continue on with the fight. So let's actually get out to one of the objectives. So at the beginning, the red team start with one objective and the blue team start with one objective. So this white objective is actually neutral. So what you have to do is to actually win the objective. It's really simple, and I think you couldn't really do this any better. You quickly hop out your ship and you paint up the flag. So for instance like that. Now blue team have captured this. What could happen is, say for instance someone else gets out and pastes it, and then they paste it back to red team, let's say for instance. Now red team have the flag. But the idea is if you get shot out your ship or your ship is destroyed while you're capturing the flag, that means you're basically out of it and you just leave it whatever you left it. If you manage to get it neutral, if you manage to get it to the red, or you manage to get it to blue, you just leave it and you return back to base to pick up your new ship. So let's actually have a look at the other objectives as well. So Charlie and Alpha over here are basically enclosed in asteroids to make the fighting a little bit more compact and making it a little bit harder to get in as well. Obviously, the neutral ground is the only one with a base and 2 extra ships, so if you do decide to take them 2 extra ships, make sure you paint the ship up in your colour, so either whack it with a load of red or whack it with a load of blue. So that was the basic Conquest mode that you could do. The second mode is if we return to the blue platform that is located over here, is the build challenge. And basically what you start to do is you start by selecting an amount of time that you want you and your friends to build. The red team are over at their base, the blue team are at your base, and you build a number of ships. You put limits, and of course the limits that I like to tend to have is a minimum of 2 Gatling cannons and 2 rockets, and you just stick with that so the fights are pretty fair and then it doesn't cause too much lag either. So we've got the standard sort of fighter here once again at the blue base, and what you do is you build up, you get in your hut, you do a countdown, 3, 2, 1, rush out, get your ships and start capturing the objectives. So you've also got to be careful because there's no way of saying that one of these objectives is turned, so you're going to need people checking on these objectives at all times and scouting back and forth. The third way you could actually play this is you let one team capture all the objectives and dig in building defences, so either building turrets on some of these platforms here or just getting ready for your attack, and then you do a countdown once again, you launch the attack, and there you go. So each flag here is simple, it's just got a nice little generator and it's really good, and I think this is going to be really fun to play with you. So let's actually have a look at the Star Wars version of this. So we're in the Star Wars version of the Conquest. We've got here some bombers for the Republic and we have some X-Wings. So it's going to be absolutely beautiful. Some of them are not 100% replicas because I just needed to make them so they could actually stand up in a good firefight. There's none of that slow stuff here. Each ship I've built so it has a little bit of a flaw. But anyway, let's have a look on the Empire's side of ships. Let's go over there. Right, so we're in the Empire's staging area. We have a couple of TIE fighters and some of the bombers as well. So each ship has their own advantage, the same for both factions, and disadvantages. So say for instance, we've got very good armour on the sides with the Empire, but with frontal assault the cockpit is actually very exposed. So you might want to think before you choose your faction when you're playing a Star Wars version of this. Apart from that, all the ships handle differently, different speeds, but each one still can stand up to each other after I've done a bit of testing. So thanks for watching, and check out them links in the description and get playing some of these Conquest game modes. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.
What happened? Still alive? I'm not too sure. X-Wing is okay, actually. Yeah, it's quite okay.